Coming up on Murrow News 8, a lot of Cougs are heading home for Thanksgiving. What traffic looks like heading out of town and what to expect on the pass.
And Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Hi, I'm Rachel Turcott.
And I'm Peyton Yeager. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
State Route 26 is back open today after a fatal crash between a semi and a pickup truck. Yesterday at about noon, the pickup truck failed to stop at a stop sign and tried to get on 26 while the semi truck was rolling through. And look at that, you can see what happened. Washington State Patrol says that both drivers were wearing seatbelts, but the pickup truck driver passed away. He was a 24-year-old man from Dayton.
Well, with everyone leaving today and later this weekend, myself included, it might be a good idea to keep up with traffic conditions. Blaine, you're out and about in Pullman. What do you see out there?
Yeah, Peyton, as you can see, it's pretty busy right now as people are trying their hardest to get out of town. The roads are going to continue to be pretty packed for the next few hours in basically every direction. However, especially headed towards Snoqualmie Pass. If you're trying to get out of town but you have later classes, that actually might be a blessing in disguise. You might be able to miss some of that traffic in the region and over Snoqualmie Pass as it's generally lighter there during the nighttime. I'm Blaine Akers reporting live for Murrow News 8.
Thanks, Blaine. Well, Peyton, I'm hitting the road today right after the newscast, and I hope that the road will be nothing but clear.
Yeah, Rachel, me too. I think we should send it over to our weather anchor, Kaya, to make sure we'll have a safe ride home.
Yes, everyone going to the west side and who's going to be hitting the Snoqualmie Pass, I really would recommend being pretty safe. I personally am not a very good driver when it's rainy, and we're going to be seeing a lot of rain. Friday and tonight, you're not really going to be seeing a lot of anything, a lot of fog, which is kind of like spooky. But Saturday and Saturday night, we're going to be getting a lot of rain. And then over here in Sunday and then Sunday night, it's going to be snowy on and off again. So definitely be careful. I don't know how to drive in the snow, and I'm really bad at driving in the rain, so I would really take those extra steps to ensure my safety. But I'll send it back to you guys over at the desk.
Thanks, Kaya. With Thanksgiving break starting today, we sent out our reporter Alex to find out what students are looking forward to.
Thanksgiving break starts today on the WSU campus, and I know personally me, I'm excited to go home, see my at-home friends, family, eat some good food. I went out and asked some students what they're excited for. Here's what they had to say.
Seeing my grandparents and going hunting.
See my family.
I'm excited for some good food and seeing family and friends. I'm really excited to go see my dog.
I know, I'm excited to see my dog too. Back to the desk.
The National Institutes of Health have given 2 grants totaling over $5 million to a WSU assistant professor in the college's Department of Chemistry for brain and eye disease research. Anjali Sharma's lab has been developing nanotechnologies that deliver drugs to injured neurons across the blood-brain barrier. The technology could be adapted in the future to aid with diseases such as Alzheimer's and epilepsy.
The Lewiston Roundup's Aqueen facilities will be closed for 21 days because of a herpes virus type 1 outbreak in the country. There are no confirmed cases of EHV1 in Idaho, but state officials warn it is highly contagious. The Lewiston Roundup is canceling its planned races for Saturday, November 22nd and December 6th. Livestock cannot enter or leave the premises during the 21-day closure.
Fill your night with live music by the community band of the Palouse. The band made up of local musicians from the Palouse and North Idaho. The fall concert is hosted by Pullman High School at 7 p.m. tonight and is free to attend.
A crowd of about 30 people gathered in downtown Pullman on Thursday night to honor Transgender Day of Remembrance. Groups of family, friends, and strangers stood in front of pictures covered in carnations with lit candles. This vigil commemorates the 60 transgender people who were reported to have been killed or died in suicide last year. Pullman Fire Department is getting some training in tomorrow, why you shouldn't be alarmed if you see some smoke in the sky.
And on the ground floor of Terrell Library, WSU Archives keeps a rich history of all things Pullman, how one employee keeps up when we get back.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Welcome back. Idaho's Wildfire Suppression Fund will be dropping to $15 million by the end of the year. The state's 2025 wildfire cost was about $40.6 million. The Idaho Department of Lands Director Dustin Miller told land commissioners that total expenses hit $59.3 million, but Idaho expects to recoup $18.6 million through reimbursements and partnerships.
Speaking of fire suppression, the City of Pullman Fire Department is going to conduct a live fire training exercise on Guy Street on Saturday, November 22nd between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. The fire department received Washington State Department of Ecology and city approval for the burn. Volunteer firefighters from the City of Moscow and Whitman County Fire Districts 12 and 4 from Pullman and Palouse will also take part. City officials are asking residents to avoid Guy Street on Saturday.
The Asotin County Library is making major cuts after voters rejected a levy lid lift. The Clarkson Heights branch will close December 26th, and the downtown Clarkson Library will shut its doors on Mondays starting January 1st. Director Jennifer Ashby says that staff positions are being reduced as the district works to restore funding and plans to run the levy again.
While one library is closed, another one is open with a certain Hall of History that our reporter Alex showcased.
We have a real big variety of things, and just for context, there's about 3 miles of boxes downstairs, so if you stack them all end to end, we describe it in linear feet, right? So it's about 15,000 linear feet.
And that's in the Terrell Library on the ground floor in the Manuscripts Archives Special Collections Library. Manuscripts librarian Will Gregg explains what else is behind the doors.
We also have a really fascinating rare book collection. So we have about 65,000 rare book volumes here, and those go all the way back to the mid-1400s to the present. So we have a really nice collection of some of the earliest printed works, and you know, it's not massive, but you know, there's 30 or 40 books that are from that period when the printing press was first getting developed.
So with such valuable and historical books and artifacts, who are able to go and see them?
I always just like to tell people that we're open to anybody. You don't need to be part of the campus community, but it's great if you are. And we're open 9 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. You can email us, you can come in. You don't have to come in for a reason, you know? You could just come in to look at the old books, or like look at the papyrus collection, look at the medieval manuscript collection. You know, just come in and have a good time. I'm happy to give people a tour. So we're really just kind of here for whatever reason people want to come in for. I think sometimes because our doors are closed, people feel like they they can't come in. But yeah, we're really excited just to see people walk in. So.
Alex, the City of Pullman is having some budget issues. Why the amount of funding they have doesn't meet the needs.
And police sent out a reminder this week for those living on College Hill, why those on Greek Row might have to find a new parking spot for their car.
Days, months.
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
A lifetime. Can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
The city of Pullman is experiencing a financial problem, as Murrow News 8 reporter Norma Fulweiler reports. A recent presentation at a city council meeting showed that the projected budget for 2026 will once again push past available funds.
Jeff Elbrocht, the Finance and Administrative Services Director, explained how the city got themselves into this mess in the first place and what potential consequences could be.
Yeah, so just like any other entity, you know, or even a person, right? You can't spend more than you bring in, or at least not, for very long. And because we had a little bit of cash in the bank, we were able to do it for a couple years. But where 2026 potentially could be the third year in a row, that's where it gets problematic.
The biennial 2026 budget is projected to cost over $2 million more than the city of Pullman has made in revenue the year prior. The city's biggest source of revenue is taxes, and there was a few factors in the years right after COVID that allowed the city to match costs before noticing a downward trend.
And so coming out of COVID in 22 and 23, we saw sales tax go up as a lot of people were had some, pent up spending that they didn't do during COVID, and saw some pretty good construction in the cities. The revenue from new construction for property tax and the revenue from sales tax was increasing basically at the same rate as expenses were. What started happening in 2024 and now 2025 is construction's really slowed down, and sales tax revenues have really flattened out.
So what happens to you? Elbrocht assures that protecting city programs is a top priority, but what would maintaining those programs look like with less money? Take, for example, the Pullman playfields managed by the Parks and Recreation Department. If the city of Pullman continues to lose money, your child might be playing center field in the weeds and not a well-maintained baseball diamond. This is because the city of Pullman's biggest operational expense is paying their staff. Someone's got to cut that baseball field. Here you go. So, beloved community programs are in the clear for now, but a service and maintenance quality issue may be on the horizon. Here in Pullman, I'm Norma Fulweiler for Murrow News 8.
As fall break is quickly approaching, College Hill has some parking restrictions you should know of before leaving your car over the weekend. If you take a look here, there's a map from the Pullman Police Department Instagram of restricted parking zones in these zones. There are posted signs restricting patrons from parking during WSU breaks Monday through 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. Otherwise, you could face a hefty fee from your car being towed away.
As fall continues, so does the leaf collection in Pullman. The Sunnyside Hill collection is wrapping up today, while the College Hill collection starts on the 24th and ends the 26th. The city of Pullman handles the collection, and all you have to do is push your leaves to the curb for pickup. Well, Peyton, I know that you and I are both going home today, but I'm curious how the weather will be treating Pullman when we're away.
Yeah, I fear we may come back from break to a winter wonderland. Let's send it back over to our weather girl, Kaya, and find out.
Yes, it is going to be getting super chilly while you guys are gone. Today we have a high of 46 and a low of 31, but nothing crazy there. If we can look at tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit warmer, but I feel like as the week progresses, it's definitely going to get a lot chillier. So bask in the sunshine tomorrow because it's just going to get worse. So if we can look at our statewide, it's a lot of the same. Olympia and Seattle are pretty gloomy. Yakima is a little partly cloudy. I feel like we're all kind of feeling the same type of weather throughout the state of Washington. If we can get a 5-day forecast, Saturday, like I said, kind of sunny, kind of partly cloudy, but Sunday, it's going to be super duper duper rainy, and Monday we'll get a little break from that rain, but it's going to go right back in on Tuesday and Wednesday. If you are planning on going to that football game that's coming up against Oregon State, it's going to be super duper rainy, super duper cold, and I would definitely recommend bringing a little raincoat, a lot of sweaters, bundle up, or that game's gonna be miserable. And then once you guys all come back and to join me, because I'm staying here over Pullman, or Pullman Thanksgiving break, it is gonna be a little bit of a winter wonderland. It's not gonna look like the North Pole or anything, but it's definitely gonna get a little snowy, a little cold, a little bit slushy, and it's not gonna be the nicest. But I'll send it back to you guys over at the desk. Yeah.
Thanks, Kaya. I know that I'm kind of excited to come back to a winter wonderland when we come back for break. I have all of my snow boots and everything prepared. But anyway, coming up in Murrow News 8 Sports, Cougs are competing in the national championship as the 12th and 25th seed find out what sport.
And the football team needs one more win to be bowl eligible. Find out what Coach Jimmy Rogers has to say about the matchup.
We scored? Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. Kevin, I need that back. No. Kevin!
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome to Murrow News 8 Sports. I'm Jet Hatch.
The Washington State Cougars are headed to Missouri this weekend for the NCAA Division I Cross Country Championships. Both the men's and women's teams earned at-large bids, a milestone for the program. The men qualify for the first time since 2016, while the women make their first appearance in 40 years. Racing begins Saturday morning with the women's 6K at 7:20 Pacific and the men's 10K at 8:10. The Cougs enter ranked 12th on the men's side and 25th on the women's side, after standout regional wins from Solomon Kipchoge and Rosemary Longisa. Wazoo travels east of the Mississippi for the third time in 6 weeks to play playoff contender James Madison. In that time span, the Cougs have held their opponents to 11.5 points per game. The Dukes are one of 3 main contenders with Tulane and North Texas for the final spot of the playoff and are currently on an 8-game winning streak. The game is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on ESPN+. Here is Jimmy Rogers' take on the game this Saturday.
We're trying to, prove ourselves right in this one as far as that we're as good as any team in the country. We've had those opportunities, like I told the team, and there aren't too many, not too many times in life you get three opportunities to prove yourself against a ranked team. So I'm excited for the matchup.
Washington State men's basketball defeated Southern Utah 98-74 Wednesday night in Beasley Coliseum. Here is head coach David Riley's opinion on the team's progress this season.
I thought it was a step in the right direction, and this team is looking to turn that corner to where we're able to play a consistent 40 minutes. And I thought we were close to that offensively. We got a little carried away in the second half at times, offensively, defensively. There were flashes like the last 10 minutes or so of the first half. A couple good stretches in the second half.
Scored a career-high 27 points to lead the Cougars. Ace Glass also had a career-high 20 points Wednesday night. Next up, the Cougars will travel to Hawaii to take on Chaminade at the Lahaina Civic Center in the quarterfinals of the Southwest Maui Invitational, Monday, November 24th at 6 p.m. Pacific Time on ESPNU. The WSU women's basketball team is ready to tip off a nearly 2-week road stretch starting at the WBCA Showcase in Orlando, Florida, when they play Missouri on Sunday, November 23rd at noon. After that, the Cougars will continue their road trip with a flight over to the U.S. Virgin Islands to take part in the 2025 Paradise Jam in St. Thomas, taking on Miami of Ohio on Friday, November 28th at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and then either LSU or Marist on Saturday, November 29th. WSU volleyball started off strong in Bowler Gym on Thursday night, but ultimately fell short to Portland 3-1. Melina Christodoulou led the attacks with 15 kills, while the front line combined for 8 blocks. The Cougs will now head on the road to face St. Mary's on Saturday at 2 p.m. The last 2 weeks of the college football season are packed with former Pac-12 matchups. Oregon plays USC and Washington to solidify their playoff spot, and USC is hoping to play themselves into the playoff with their games against Oregon and UCLA. The matchups span 4 conferences: the ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, and the Pac-12, including the Oregon State-Washington State game that is next Saturday at Martin Stadium. 8 games and 11 of the 12 former Pac-12 teams are a part of the Pac-12 reunion. This Sunday at 10 a.m., the 7-3 Seahawks go on the road to take on 1-9 Titans. Eyes will be on Sam Darnold to see how he responds after throwing 4 interceptions in a loss against divisional opponent, the Los Angeles Rams. Sportsbooks predict a very one-sided affair, with the Hawks being favored by 13.5 points. For the rest of the season, the Hawks will be honoring their Hall of Fame safety, Kenny Easley, after his passing last week by wearing a sticker with his number 45 on it. And the Mariners are retiring Randy Johnson's number. The big unit, who wore number 51, the same as Ichiro, will have a number retirement ceremony at T-Mobile Park on May 2nd during next season. Johnson played 10 seasons for the M's and made 4 All-Star appearances during that time. Coug Swimming continued their dominant run with 2 record-setting wins in Day 2 of the Hawkeye Invitational. Sophomore Darcy Revitt had a great day winning the 50-yard freestyle with an event and school record sub 22-second time. She also, in a team with Emily Lundgren, Barbara Milechete, and Isabel Parrish, won the 200-yard freestyle relay, with the four also setting an event and school record of a combined 1:29.62. Day 3 saw WSU's A-team winning the 400-yard medley relay, Anna Rockholtz winning the 100-yard backstroke, Lauren Wiley winning the 200-yard freestyle, and Emily Lundgren and Ashlyn Hernandez placing first and second in the 100-yard breaststroke, respectively. Despite the impressive performances, the Cougs dropped to second place, falling behind Nebraska.
Jet, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. After the break, find out what the crew's favorite dish is during this time of Thanksgiving and what's happening in Pullman when we're away.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Pullman can feel pretty quiet during breaks, but for students staying in town this Thanksgiving, there are plenty of ways to feel connected. Rogers Hall is hosting a Thanksgiving get-together on November 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. with food and drinks for students on campus. Food for Pullman is also connecting donations Tuesday at City Hall, and anyone who donates gets free Domino's pizza. Leftover food will support the Cougar Food Pantry.
The Community Congressional UCC is offering a free Thanksgiving dinner at 4 p.m. Thursday, followed by a community game night. And if you're cooking solo, Safeway and Target both have a holiday meal deals, and local restaurants will have limited hours. Organizers say even if campus is quiet, no one has to spend the break alone. What are your favorite foods, guys?
Well, I know I'm going to be staying here in Pullman, so I'm really glad I get to partake in my same favorite, like, little Thanksgiving foods. I'm not picky. I love Thanksgiving food in general.
Yes, I know. I'm really excited for Thanksgiving. I think my favorite Thanksgiving food is stuffing. What about you guys?
Ooh, mashed potatoes with gravy is probably my favorite.
Me too. What about you, Peyton?
I'm a big stuffing guy. However, you ever have a sweet potato casserole?
With like the marshmallows on top?
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I've like heard about that. Like, have you had it with the marshmallows on top?
It's like a southern delicacy. Like, it is so good.
I still have yet to have that. If you guys are watching, my mom, dad, I want that for Thanksgiving this year. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Have a great Thanksgiving, folks. Safe travels home.